How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So, today I'm going to be reviewing the Super Mario Bros. Movie, of course, that recently had come out. I finally saw it yesterday, uh, and yeah, I actually really liked it. Of course, going in, you have to understand it's a kid's movie, so, we are not the target audience, so you have to keep that in mind. But despite that, like, even like if you're like, oh, you going in, like, it's really well done. I'd even argue one of the best, if not the best, video game adaptation, like a movie based off a video game. It's up there. It really is. Like, it's a lot of fun. Again, go see it. I really liked it, but specifically, so for one, the movie's not long. Like, I think its runtime is only like an hour and a half, like 35. So you're looking at like 90 minutes, but it feels longer than that. Like, it's actually interesting, the little adventure that, of course, Mario and Luigi go on. Um, I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but there's plenty of references. So if you've played any variation of a Mario and Friends game, be Donkey Kong or you get it, like, you'll recognize stuff. I will say they do a good job of doing scenes like Mario, like in the beginning, there's a scene where Mario and Luigi are running to a job, like a plumbing job. I mean, it's not, they're plumbers, so I think you'd expect them to start off in the real world, and then obviously the trailers show that and get sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom and all that. But there's a scene where they're running, and then the camera changes to like a flat shot, to make it look like almost 2D from the side, and it's like them go, like the game. There's a lot of good things like that I'm like, oh, that's actually really nice. Or a shot of Luigi later in a dark place, and it's just like Luigi's mansion, top down view. Like, there's a lot of nice things, great references, music, of course. You'll hear classic songs and that sort of thing. Definitely a fan service movie. Just like how recently, like the Spider-Man No Way Home, right? To a lot of us older non-MCU Spider-Man fans, whether it was Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, same thing, right? It hits on a lot of nostalgia. But despite that, it tells a good story. I mean, it's an adventure. Mario and, he has to save Luigi. At one point they get separated, and obviously he lands at the Mushroom Kingdom and gets the help of Princess Peach and Donkey Kong as well. And yeah, they save the day, save the kingdom. I mean, again, it's a kid's movie. Like, you could figure this plot out in 5 minutes. Like, it's gonna have a happy ending and that sort of thing. But I enjoyed my time with it. It was a lot of fun. Again, the references are there, but they're not so, like, how do I say it? Like, they're there, and if you've never played a game, you can enjoy it. You'll just, because most people, Mario's a big enough name that like everybody kind of knows what it is, like the whole jumping on blocks. So you'll see that and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's from the game. But then of course, like more specific, if you've played them, you'll recognize the enemies. Like just things like that, or even more subtle things like the backgrounds too. It's pretty cool. Like, it's a lot of fun, and we get some world building. Like, we meet their relatives, like Mario and Luigi's. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There is 2 post-credit scenes, so minor spoiler here for the last one, but I do think you should go see the movie. But you've been warned. So in the final credit scene, they do tease a sequel. They essentially tease Yoshi, like the egg hatching. So yeah, I think it could work. Of course, this was done by Illumination, same studio that does the Despicable Me. I think The Life of Pets, Sing, the Minion movies, right? Like, oh, how could I not the animation or like the CGI looks great. So it is stylized, but I gotta say, like some of the hair and stuff, I was like, yo, that looks really good. Like Nintendo, I mean, hey, I get it. The less said about the 90s movie, the better. Yeah, there was a live action 90s Mario movie. It's hard to find though. It's almost like Nintendo purposely does not want you to see it. Yeah, believe it or not, back in the day, Nintendo did try to branch out. There were Mario and Zelda games not on a Nintendo console. What was it? The Philips? Was it the CDI? It's a very obscure console, like a disc one early on. But yeah, this is where you had like Hotel Mario, or if you've seen those clips of The Legend of Zelda and the weird animation like drawings. That's from the Legend of Zelda game on that. Yeah, ever since then, like after the movie, which is vastly different from the source material and those games, Nintendo was like never again. Well, until now. So it took like 30 years or like 20 to 30 years for them to be like, okay, we'll let other people handle our IP. And it doesn't feel, now I could be wrong because they are very protective of their intellectual properties, but it didn't really feel like Nintendo had a lot of meddling in this. Like it felt like Illumination kind of, yeah, they probably had to include like all the references and things like that, like, oh, you got to show this or play this musical cue, but it wasn't like annoying, like they told a fine little story. And yeah, it didn't feel very like, oh, like Nintendo was like, don't take care of our baby. Like I feel like they were allowed to do their own thing. Hey, I could be wrong. Maybe, they were very like under the microscope, like checking everything, but it seemed well, and apparently the movie's doing really well. Like I think it was about to set like a opening weekend record or something. So we're definitely gonna get a sequel down the line, I'd imagine. And the only thing I could say is I hope we get a Super Smash Bros. Cinematic universe along the lines of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? So like you have Mario, of course, it's gonna get its sequel. You get a Legend of Zelda movie, Metroid, Pokemon, like all of those, and then of course in the end you end it with like, yeah, like the Avengers would be the Super Smash Bros. It'd be cool. I mean, will they go that far? Who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, guys, if I had to give it a rating 1 through 10, it's a solid 9. I know you might be like, oh, it's a safe pick, but it's a fun movie. I mean, again, no film is a true 10 out of 10. It's very rare to give that, or at least I want to be more like, yeah, a 10 is for something that like really hits it on the head. Like, but yeah, it's a solid film. Again, if you're older like me or you have kids and you want to take them, it's fun for the whole family. And it's not long too, so that's another thing. It's like not every movie has to be like a 3-hour epic. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Those are my thoughts on the Mario movie. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this type of content, I make new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Normally, I know this is being uploaded on a Wednesday. I saw the movie Tuesday, so I was like, oh, it'd be too quick, I had to think about it. So that's why we're here. But normally, every Tuesday and Saturday. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everybody, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.